This is my 1977 Jeep J10 Honcho. It's LS swapped. It's got a 5-speed manual transmission, 1-ton axles. It's linked in front. It's got front and rear lockers, and it doesn't run because the engine's blowing. Today I'm going to show you exactly what happened, everything that's went into this build of this truck, and whether I'm fixing the LS or going to put in something completely different to finish up this build. I traded a super nice 1979 CJ7 for this Jeep Honcho. At the time, the Honcho was already LS swapped and is technically a running and driving project, but it was nowhere near finished. We finished the build, customized it, and it turned out to be the truck I wanted, and I love driving it. Now after all the work, the engine blew. Today I'll show you why I made the trade, everything we changed, how the engine failed, and whether trading my CJ7 was a huge mistake and wasting money, or if I think I still got a good deal. So the CJ7 that we got rid of was actually super nice. It was a 1979 CJ7 304 with a 4-speed, which made it super rare. And it had a couple other options. It had Levi's, or not, 79 didn't have real Levi's, but it had the button denim seats. It was blue, it was a Renegade, and it had the original paint. No rust, super solid, ran good. We went through the whole thing when we got it. We put air conditioning in it. We sorted out all the suspension, put new suspension, steering, kind of everything to make it into a good daily driver. And it had a really cool patina with original paint. It was I think it came out of southern Colorado, maybe even New Mexico, but great Jeep. It was blue, it was super cool. I'll show you guys a picture of it here. I had a CJ7 in high school, so I was kind of looking for another one to have in my collection of Jeeps as a daily driver. But after getting it and driving it, you know, I had so many other Jeeps. I had a TJ Rubicon that I drove a lot, and I had a Wagoneer with LS swap that's super nice that I was driving a lot too. So I just wasn't driving the CJ7, and for anything that I would do with the CJ7, I honestly just did the TJ, because my TJ is also V8 swapped, and it's a ton of fun, and it has better air conditioning, and it drives down the highway better to get to the trails, and it has front and back lockers. It's a Rubicon. So the thing was kind of sitting, and I said, what the heck, I guess let's get rid of it and go for something different. So yeah, obviously the CJ was a great Jeep, super nice, solid, and very popular, but I always kind of liked J10s, and I always wanted a Honcho, kind of like a twister truck look, but finding one of these solid is a lot harder than finding a TJ. I don't know if they're more rare or they just rusted out more, but when I saw this thing pop up, it really had a great foundation of what I wanted to build. So this is how the trade happened. I saw this thing pop up for sale online, and I don't know if it said for sale or trade or just for sale, and I was interested in purchasing it just straight with cash, but I said, hey, what the heck, I have this 79 CJ7 I'm trying to sell. I sent him the ad. I was asking quite a bit more for the CJ than he was for the truck, but I didn't really care. He liked it, and he was probably about, I think, 4 or 5 hours away from my location, and he proposed that he would drive up with the truck and come and check out the CJ. So they came up, him and a buddy checked it over, they test drove the CJ, they loved it, and we made the deal. I checked over the Honcho, had the boys from MVS Fab here with me, kind of looking over the LS swap, since they do a lot of those LS swaps and they know everything to look for them, and I just wanted to make sure I wasn't getting into a total piece of junk. But yeah, they checked it out, gave me the go-ahead, and we went ahead and made the deal. We ended up trading straight across, which At the time, I thought it was a pretty fair deal. I was super happy with it, and I think they were super happy, so it was a win-win for everybody. But there's a lot of unfinished stuff. On paper, I was trading a finished CJ7 for somebody else's unfinished project. That usually isn't a great idea, but the honcho was running and driving, and I already had most of the expensive stuff done, so I was totally in for it. I love this Jeep. I just traded a CJ7 for this a while back, and I've been tinkering with it a little bit to get kind of dialed in and using it kind of as my daily driver right now. It's a 78 J10. It's got 35-inch BFGs and 16-inch wheels. It's got the Razor grill on it, some kind of newer updated headlights, 4-link front suspension with the Barnes 4-wheel drive kit and King remote reservoir shocks. It's got just a little 4.8 in it, but it really has a ton of power. It's got J20, Dana 60, Dana 70 axles with 456 gears and air lockers, and it has Hydro Boost brakes, vintage, or not vintage air. We're putting a air conditioning system out of a Wagoneer in it right now, but it has Dakota digital gauges in it, and we just put a retro sound radio. It's got a cool checkered flag headliner, and it's got a really cool TR 4050 5-speed transmission. No rust. Originally had a roll bar, but it didn't come with it, so looking for a roll bar right now to put back into it. I just love driving this thing. It drives so good with that front 4-link and the King shocks. It's smoother than my Duramax over there. And it has a cool little original sticker, special edition Jeep, on the bumper. So I can't really fix that bumper or repaint it, because I think that looks pretty neat. There's just some slow cruising down the back road. Drives great. Super easy to drive. Just like driving a 2005 Chevy Silverado. Probably one of the better resto mods that I've driven, and I have quite a few. So really happy with this car. I'll be waiting on this one for quite a while. Alright, I'm just going to do a quick little driving video here. We're at 7,000 feet getting onto the highway, so not a ton of power. Second gear. Third gear. Yeah, it goes pretty good for a little 4.8 and a 77 Jeep.